now in the kingdom. They're looking for a Boaz, and they're just trying to figure out, how do I really lay a hold of this relationship that I desire in my heart in light of my past relationships, right? So that's my goal. So when I looked at this verse, Proverbs 18 and 22, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. What I realized is, a lot of times the problem in women, ladies who are waiting, securing the Boaz that their heart actually longs for, is because boys are finding women. And so when you look at this scripture, a man who finds a wife, right? Boys are finding women, but men are looking to find wives. And that verse pretty much lets us know that a woman doesn't become a wife once you get married. Your substance of who you are should be wife material when you're found by the man that is looking for a wife. But more often than not, boys are finding women, right? And so let's even unpack the difference between a man and men and boys. Men understand work and responsibility. Boys don't have, nor do they understand the importance of having a strong work ethic and are not able to handle responsibility. Men are independent. They have their own place. They have their own means of transportation. And let me even clarify this. They may not necessarily have a car, but they know how to work the bus, honey, or the Amtrak, or not Amtrak, the subway, or whatever they need to do to get to work. They're familiar with it. They don't have a problem doing it. So men understand work and responsibilities. Boys don't, nor do they understand the importance of having a strong work ethic, nor are they able to handle responsibility. Men are independent. They have their own place. They have their own means of transportation. Boys are dependent, right? They living with somebody, whether it's, some woman that they done hooked up with, a family member, their mama, their grandmother. They won't go to work if it's raining, and God forbid if they don't have a ride. I can't go to work today. I don't have nobody to take me. Won't get on the bus. Men are fully developed, right? And so not just physically, but men are fully developed mentally, emotionally, and hey, and I'm all about the godly men. This is my focus. They are also fully developed spiritually. Boys are underdeveloped. All right. So they might so when you think about a boy, just take out the physical aspect, right? Because, yeah. But from a man perspective, like a full-grown man who is undeveloped mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and on both ends, a man is developed in finances, how to manage finances. Boys are not, very irresponsible. Men are looking for a commitment, a covenant relationship with a wife, but boys are looking for a fling. Okay. And I even looked up the word fling, which is a casual try, okay, or involvement, or a casual or a brief love affair. And that word fling, because so okay, let me slow down. That word fling also means to throw away, or to hurl, like to cast away forcefully. And when you think about that, how many have been in a relationship where you really felt like at the end of it, after you gave away your best years, your time, your gifts, and your talents, that you were just thrown away forcefully? He didn't have any more use for you. That's a boy. That's a fling. And so why is that important in light of what we're talking about as far as why it's important to wait? Because women, we need to understand that who we are determines who we attract, right? Who we are determines the substance of who we are, right? If my substance is just woman, I will attract a boy. But if my substance is wife, as I am waiting to be found, I will be found by a man, and not just a man, a godly man, right? So keep that in mind. And then the next thing that we're going to be talking about is, how should you wait? Okay, now this is key. How should you wait? And I have this acronym called PEP, PEP. You should wait in purpose, expectation, and preparation. And I'm going to say that again. How should you wait, lady in waiting, lady who's married and waiting for a change in her marriage? In PEP, purpose, expectation, and preparation. So let's look at purpose. Ephesians 5:31. It says, "For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and the two shall become one." Now, the verses before that, because for this cause, that word cause is for this reason, for this purpose, right? Is a man leaving his father and mother. And the verses before, verse 31 in Ephesians chapter 5, is actually given the analogy of Christ being the head or the husband over the church. So Christ is the head of the church. Christ is the bride. The church is, I'm sorry, Christ is the groom. The church is the bride, right? And so he's given that analogy in the relationship that a husband should have with his wife should reflect the relationship that Christ has with the church. Right. So it's saying for this cause. And so when it talked about, how a man should be treating a woman, well, I'm sorry, how a husband should be treating a wife and different things like that. And it says it should be reflective of my relationship that I have with the church. So it's for this cause. For what purpose? There's a purpose that God will put a man and a wife together. And it's so beyond, I'm just tired of being by myself. I just need some help with these kids. I just need some help paying my bills. I'm just tired of being alone. No, it's a spiritual purpose. It's a God purpose, right? So how do we wait in PEP? Purpose, right? Knowing what your purpose is, because honestly, it's out of you knowing your purpose should determine how you choose the husband that may be pursuing you, the Boaz that may be pursuing you.